Hey everyone, this is Paul, and you are listening to season 2, episode 15 of the Generation Latino podcast. Guys, first of all, thank you so much for all of the support and the streams and the downloads of my past two episodes. I know they were both interview episodes, and today I'm like, you know what, I just want to talk to my audience by myself, but thank you for the support you gave with the interview with David Archuleta, with Jacob. It just really means a lot to me. And as I say, my goal is to continue to just bring in people's stories and talk to them, and maybe there's something, some nugget of wisdom or advice you can get. So thank you so much for the support and just for listening. And if you enjoy this podcast, please follow. I have a lot of listeners who listen, but they don't follow, whether it's Spotify or Apple Music or Amazon or iHeartRadio. So if you can follow, and also give it a good rating if you feel like it's necessary or if you feel like it's worthy of. So thank you so much. And I'm excited. We're headed into Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving week. So I'm really excited about spending time with my family, spending time with friends. I'll be in Austin, and I'm also going to hang out with my family and friends. So I am really excited about it. I have always loved Thanksgiving more than any of the other holidays. And well, again, Thanksgiving and Halloween, but Thanksgiving specifically because people come together, there's no pressure. Yeah, I've just really been in the gratitude stage of my life, and because it's Thanksgiving, I just really wanted to talk about it and ask you, what are you grateful for and thankful for? And there's a ton of things to be thankful for and grateful for. And I'm just happy to live another day, to be able to be here and pursue my dreams and my goals and all of that. So, yeah, for those of you who are listening, thank you. Honestly, thank you. It means so much to me that you take time out of your day to listen to this podcast. So, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, thank you so very much to every single one of you who listens and who just sends good vibes and energy my way. You have no idea how much it means, but thank you, thank you, thank you. But in today's episode, we're going to bring up a book that I love. I've read the book twice, and it is called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And I think towards the end of the year, right, we have basically a month left of this year. And I think as we go towards the end of the year, people are just exhausted. They're worn out. They don't have any energy left. And they don't have any more fucks to give, right? And you never want to get to a point where you're just over it and don't want to do anything anymore. So, in this episode, we're going to talk about the art of not giving a fuck, and we're going to put a little spin on it. So, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, The Art of Not Giving Two Fucks. All right, guys. So, once again, this book, I think my cousin gifted me the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I think it was like an Audible, or she gave me a credit on Audible, and I read it, and I was really intrigued by the book. And because there was a time where I gave a lot of fucks about what people thought, what I wanted them to think, what I felt they should think. So the truth is, though, that most of us give way too many fucks about things that do not matter, whether it's opinions, expectations, drama, being liked, being perfect, all of that. Like, we genuinely care way too fucking much. I see it whether it's in school, whether it's at work, colleagues, the gym, everyone's just giving way too many fucks. The truth is that people think that because you don't give a fuck, that you become like bitter and mean. No, like this isn't about being cold. It's about becoming selective on what you care about, like how much energy you're putting in to a person, to your day, to what you're actually doing. Because, like I always say, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. You only have so much emotional energy. So why are you wasting it? One of my sayings that I say is, I'm not entertaining that. Like, I am not going to entertain that, which is why if someone's going to come off at me with a horrible attitude, nasty, rude, mean, I'm not going to entertain that. And you don't have to entertain that. So, today we're going to really talk about that, and we're going to dive a little deep into the art of not giving a fuck. In this case, giving two fucks. So, you have to choose where your fucks go and where they don't. And what they're not going to be on is negative attitude, people who are being mean, people who are being disrespectful to me. It's not going to happen. And these are some examples of things you should stop giving a fuck about. And this is from personal experience. The first one is people pleasing. So many times we are trying to please the person next to us, our supervisor, our boss, the CEO. I can speak from experience. The minute you stop people pleasing is the minute you start living. And another thing, too, that we give fucks about is what strangers think. Why should you care? I'll give an example. Why should I care if someone doesn't like this podcast? Why should I care if someone doesn't like the decisions that I'm making for my life? If I want to have multiple partners, if I want to live a promiscuous life, if I want to, whatever the case may be, I'm not saying that that's the truth or that's my life, but don't care what strangers think. Strangers are brave. And why are they brave? Because you don't know them. So they talk all the shit they want, talk behind your back, say all these negative things. Don't feed into it. Another one is carrying guilt you didn't earn. Oftentimes we feel guilty for things that we don't have control over. I didn't have control over a lot of things growing up as a kid. I didn't have control over things that happened because whether it was God, adults, other people, don't hold on to it. And another big one is outgrowing people. If you outgrow someone, you should not feel guilty because you did. I've outgrown many people. I've stopped talking to many people because I outgrew them. And I'm not feeling guilty about it. If you can't rise to the occasion, to the place that I'm at in my life, you've been outgrown. And I got to move on from that. And that can be from a partner, that can be from a husband. And guys, that can also be from a family member. You don't have to talk to a family member if you've outgrown them. I'm sorry, you don't. There's many family members that I don't talk to. I outgrew them. And that's fine. But what I'm not going to do is give any fucks about it. Another one is being misunderstood. And I think this is one for me that has really sat with me because since I was younger, I've always felt misunderstood. I've always felt like the odd one or the one that is just like the Wednesday Addams, right? The Lydia Dietz, the ones who are just not part of that crowd of people who are the mean girls, right? I'm gay, I'm Latino, I'm flamboyant. There's so many things. And I've always felt misunderstood. Growing up openly gay, I've been called faggot in the hallways. I've been called a lot of mean, horrible things. But I never gave a fuck about people who said those things to me. I never gave two fucks about it, especially now as an adult. I really don't care. But even as a kid, I always knew that person who called me that name, I knew it meant nothing. I knew it didn't. And another one is, and this is probably the biggest one, in my opinion, is trying to be perfect. I know we live in this perception. I was just watching the Kardashians the other day, and I was thinking like, wow, like they really produce perfection. They really produce it well. And I'm not hating on them. I enjoy watching the show. I admire those women for various reasons, and I respect that. I'm not gonna hate on someone just to hate on them. I'm not gonna do it. I appreciate everyone's hustle, whether you're a prostitute, whether you're a CEO of Apple, whether you're a teacher, whatever you do, as long as you're not hurting anyone, I'm gonna respect your hustle. As long as you're not doing anything that's harming anyone, I'm not here to judge. But I think trying to be perfect is what's really hurting people. Being the best in the gym, being the best doctor, the best lawyer, the best teacher, the best, 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 best. You got to stop giving a fuck about that, because what happens is that it just eats you up inside. I'm not saying don't strive to be the best, but don't fixate on things if they're not going according to your plan. Pivot. I'm real big on pivoting. So I'm gonna break down why, in my opinion, and again, I'm no professional therapist. I'm just a guy who loves to talk and help and lived a lot of experience, been through a lot of therapy, done a lot of self-help. But I think some of the main reasons of why we give too many fucks is fear of rejection. I think we're fearful of if someone doesn't want us, doesn't like us. So because of that, because of the fear of rejection, we give so many fucks. We care so much. Another one is just childhood conditioning. Sometimes we were raised in spaces where we just had to care. If we didn't get first place, there's a beautiful song by Alanis Morissette called Perfect, where it's like, second place isn't good enough. I have to be first. And if you were raised like that, could you imagine going into adulthood? I work in youth development, and I see a lot of parents pushing their kids to limits that they couldn't even do. College prep, college prep, college prep, college prep. They need to be the smartest. They need to be the smartest. It's just like a childhood star. Allow a child to be a child. A fifth grader should be enjoying being a fifth grader. No, but we're so fixated on pushing and that childhood conditioning that it affects a lot of kids. I see it. If someone as an adult is going to do something, they're going to do it. If they're not, they're not. Sorry. Doesn't matter how much they're being pushed. You need that desire for yourself. Another big one, and especially for the Latino community, as far as why we give too many fucks. Cultural pressure to be nice. We were always taught, just be nice. Just be nice. You don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So because of that, you have to walk on eggshells about how to deliver information. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been called assertive, I've been called a bitch, I've been called someone who's vocal, expresses too much. Well, I don't give a fuck what someone thinks. If someone is doing something wrong and it is blatantly out there and clear, I'm gonna express it. And it doesn't mean that I'm mean because I'm doing so. But oftentimes we're stuck in that culture pressure to quote unquote be nice. No. If you're telling somebody, hey girl, your man's cheating on you, this is the video. And people are like, I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to be mean. Girl, really? You're going to do more damage by not saying anything. And another one on why we give too many fucks, and this is why I don't take part in any of it, is social media comparison. The amount of times that I've heard friends, family members, mostly everyone that I know, anytime they're talking negative about someone, it's usually because of social media. It's usually because of something they saw on social media. Well, did you see them doing this? Did you see that? They're vacationing there. They don't even have money. Did you see this? Did you see that? Girl, why do you care? Why do you care? Okay, cool. Their car got repoed. They're at Disney. Why do you care? You should give zero fucks about how other people are living their life. Because I'll tell you right now, I don't care who is doing what in their life. If it's not personally about me or affecting my money, my cash flow, or my health and wellness, I don't care. I don't care if Miss Mary over there has an affair or if Miss Maria is with multiple men. I don't care. It's not affecting me. But social media is a real big one, a real big one. Always comparing and seeing people's kids and what they're wearing and all of that. Honestly, guys, so many people give too many fucks about that. And the big one as well is wanting to be accepted everywhere. There's those people who don't stand for anything because they're just everywhere. They're everywhere and they want to be accepted everywhere. No, be accepted where you feel home. Be accepted where you feel you want to be. And a lot of this drains us. It makes us resentful. People are looking at things on social media and they're becoming hateful, angry, upset. And that's so sad. It is so sad. This is where we teach ourselves the mindset shift. Not everything deserves my emotional reaction. It doesn't. It does not deserve it. I always tell people, don't let it get to you. Don't let it affect you. If they react that way, let them. If they want to buy the new car, let them. Truly. Like the Mel Robbins quote, let them. Truly let them. Why are you worried about them? Well, he just got out of a relationship. Now he's in another. Great. Awesome. Let him. And this is a big one, this next one. For me in my life, if it doesn't add any substance or anything, it subtracts from it. So if nothing is being added to my life as far as growth, it's not going to be in my life. It's not. This next one, I think everyone feels that they got to respond to people and the haters and the negativity in the comments. I mean, people have talked shit about this podcast. People have been, you know, shit to say about everything. But guys, not every comment needs a response. Not every comment needs you to be so reactive. If anyone knows me, and if you know me, I don't fight. I do not entertain a single fight. Whatever the case may be, nope. You are not getting a response from me. And you know what that does? It pisses them off even more. You do not need to respond to every single comment. You don't. You don't. I'm telling you right now. You do not need to respond to every comment. If I responded to the people who didn't like this podcast and who talk shit about me or whatever it is I do, I wouldn't be on season 2. I wouldn't be interviewing people. I wouldn't be living my best life if I responded to people's attitude towards my passion or comments. Another one, a big one too. Protecting my peace is not selfish. I always say this. I am going to protect my peace. And that doesn't mean that I'm selfish. People can talk, say I do what I want. I don't show up places sometimes. But again, if I don't have the energy to be somewhere, I'm not going to be there. I'm just not. And it's not that I'm selfish, but I need to protect my peace. And I need to protect my energy. So, how do we actually give fewer fucks? How do we get to a place where we give fewer fucks, right? Whether you're Latino, man, woman, whatever it is, how can we give fewer fucks? So I'm gonna give a couple tools out. I think first one is a pause. Before reacting, ask, does this deserve my energy? There have been many times when I've drafted a message, an email, a text. I've wanted to react a certain way to someone. I took a pause and I deleted it or I didn't respond. Another one is the boundary sentence. I'm not available for that. I can't do that. Remember that. Set those boundaries. When you set a boundary, you give fewer fucks. And also, too, the detachment trick. Imagine the situation 5 years from now. Does it matter? Does it matter for you to get all wild up and pissed and angry at the world? No. The truth is it's not going to matter. So why let it fester? Why let it sit there? Why? Someone calls me a bad name? Cool. Like my kids say, cool, bruh. Cool. Why am I going to care? Another one, too, is the reclaim phrase. This is not mine to hold. This is not mine to hold. If it is not yours, don't take it. Don't carry it with you if it's not yours. A big one as well. And I love this one, the exit strategy. Leave the chat, leave the thought, leave the guilt. That is the exit strategy. Do not entertain people who are just spewing negativity. I'm going to say that again. Leave the chat, leave the thought, leave the guilt. That is how you exit, and that is how you give less fucks. So practice those. Truly practice those, guys, because this book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, really has helped me. And I thank my cousin for getting me the Audible. She actually got me into Audibles. She did. My cousin Betty got me into Audibles and she got me an Alexa and I listened to it. I still have it. Yeah, I didn't really do Audibles until she bought me the Alexa. All right. So now that we have these tools, use them. Use these practical tools to help you so that you don't give two fucks. And I'm going to go over some real life scenarios before we part ways today. But some examples are when family opinions start weighing on you. People really care about what their family thinks about them. And they shouldn't, guys. They should not. You should not care what your family's opinions are. How you're living life, when you want to do it, when you want to do something, when you want to have kids, do not let that. Also, too, when friends expect more than you can give them. No, no. When coworkers gossip, that's another big one. Don't feed into that. People talk shit about me all the time at work. I don't give two fucks. I know people talk about me at work. I don't care. Keep talking about me. Great. Awesome. Again, we've talked about this before, but when social media makes you feel behind, that's why I don't take part in social media, to be honest. I don't need anything or anyone to make me feel behind. My mind does that already. I do that to myself. So why am I going to have other people in their life with their resources and what they have define that for me? Absolutely not. All right. The last one, and a pretty big one. When someone wants drama, how to apply no fucks given energy. Do not give people drama. When you give into the drama, you give into the fucks, and you start fucking caring about everything in their life. Don't. Don't feed into someone's drama just because they want it. All right. So we're going to end with this. The fuck yes or no rule. If it's not a hell yes, it is a no. Simple, clean, and peaceful. Guys, your fucks are expensive. You have to treat it like collateral, money. Stop spending them on cheap shit. Stop spending your fucks on cheap shit, on people that don't matter, on cheap people. Don't give your fucks away. You only have so many. Remember that. Remember that nothing is worth your peace, and your peace is priceless. But guys, I want to thank you for tuning in to this episode. Again, it's a great book. I love the book. And as you go into the holiday season, we're going into Thanksgiving, we're going into Christmas, we're going into a new year. Just remember that. Remember, you only have X amount of fucks to give, and be selective. You don't want to go on a date? Don't. You don't want to explain yourself? Don't. It's your life. Remember that. But I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you really enjoy time with family and friends. And if you don't have that, go to a movie, go for a walk, do something that brings joy to your life. But thank you so much. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you on the next episode.